What is going on, creatives? Tunde again from Ceasar Graphics. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my how to use background series. In this video, I'm going to be touching the question I receive a lot from designers, that how do I make unity happen between my background and my character image? All right, so I'm going to be teaching you guys how to blend your background and your image in this tutorial. So if you need the exercise file for this tutorial, you can make use of the link in the description section of this video. So sit back, relax, and keep watching. All right, so I already have my frame set. So for those of you that care to know the frame size I'm using for this project, I'm using the so I'm going to go to image here and I'm going to select image size. So I'm using the mini magazine cover frame size here, and that's 705 for the width and 1000 for the height, and resolution is 300. All right, so this is not the exact frame size for a magazine cover. I decided to use this small frame size because of the quality of my background image. All right, so the idea here is just to teach you guys how to blend your background with your image, how to make it look like your character's image and your background are together. All right, so that's the goal here. So I'm going to select the OK button now, and I already cropped the image of my subject. So I'm going to drag the image with the move tool here and drag and drop here on my project. So don't forget to convert your layer to a smart object, and the reason is because it saves you from losing the quality of your image. So I'm going to hit Ctrl T to activate free transform, and I'm going to use Ctrl and space bar to zoom out, and I'm going to scale my image down like that. Then I'm going to zoom in a bit. Then I'm going to drag and drop the background image here. So I'm going to drag that and drop here, and I'm going to make this, big like that. All right, then I'm going to show you guys how I mostly play with background. All right, so you see, I know I'm going to be adding text to this project, and I know the color of my text is going to be white. All right, now if you look at this background here, we have this gradient effect on it. We have this area looking bright and this side here looking dark. When you have background like this, make sure that you place the background in a way that it will make your content visible and not hide them. And this is what I'm saying here. So I can't place my text on this area where I have this bright part of the background. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rotate the background and rotate this, like that. And I'm going to right click. All right, again, but before I right click, I want to show you guys something. Now this side here, all right, I want there's this light effect on our subject. I want to hide this. There's this light effect on the face of our subject, and we have this side of the project looking bright. Now when you are placing your image, one of the things you also need to consider is contrast. All right, place them in a way that the value of the colors contrast each other. So right now I have this light effect from my subject here, and I also have this light effect here. So placing this, all right, behind my subject here is not going to make the project balance. Why? Because we have two bright area on our project. Excuse me, we have this two bright area on our project, so it's not going to help. So we need to contrast the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Ctrl T and right click and flip this horizontal, and this is beautiful. So then I'm going to move, I'm going to move this down like so. All right. Now you see that simple move we made. You see how, it gave life to this project, by making us see this side of our subject more clearly. So I'm going to make this a bit bigger again like that and push this, down. All right. Now I see so many creatives do this whenever they find themselves in this, situation where, we have too many different colors on the subject, on the project. They do this. They convert the project to black and white. And see, guys, working this way is one of the, things that make people know that you are still a learner. So I'm going to teach you guys my trick on how I always balance the color. All right. So I'm going to hide this. All right. For now, in fact, and we need to take this out because we don't need it. So I'm going to turn this off, and we need to take out the unwanted effect on the background. So I'm going to make a copy of this because it's always good to do that. So I'm going to rasterize this. And why we're making a copy is just in case we destroy the duplicated layer. All right. So I'm going to take this effect out. All right. So I'm going to draw a marquee there, and I'm going to hold on Shift and F5 on my keyboard here, and I'm going to select the OK button to take that effect out. Beautiful. Then I'm going to hit Control D to take away the marquee, and I'm going to make my subject visible. Now the other thing we need to do here is this. All right, hit Control A. I'm going to hit Control A to select, to create a marquee of the frame, and I'm going to hit Control J to duplicate the layer. All right, so then this effect here is not really okay, and you know that's another thing you also need to consider. When you notice you have too much effect on your background, it's always best to reduce the effect in order not to create confusion. All right, so because we are not talking about something related to having all these effect on our background, we are going to reduce all these effects. So to do that, we're going to go to filter, and we're going to select blur gallery and hit the fill blur option right there. And then we're going to turn this down a bit. All right, so we're still seeing those tiny dots on the project. So what we're going to do now is to convert this to bokeh. All right, so I'm going to push the light bokeh up. All right, like that. Now you see we're beginning to have them in form of light dots. Then I'm going to push this up also a bit, and this is beautiful. All right, so then I'm going to select the OK button like that. But right now it's looking like we just copied an image from somewhere, and then we now apply it to our project. So we need to give this that realistic look. So to do that, I'm going to hold down Alt and click on the new layer icon to activate the new layer settings here, and I'm going to call this noise. Good. Then we're going to change this to soft light and check the fill with soft light neutral color 50% gray option, and I'm going to select the OK button. Then we're going to go to filter menu, select noise, and hit the add noise option here. All right, so do not make the noise too heavy, because making it too heavy is going to destroy your project. So this is how you know if you have the right amount of noise on the project. If I zoom in now, all right, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. You'll notice we have all this tiny noise effect here. If I push this up like this, no, you know we are overdoing it now. So do not do this type of noise, because if you do this, you're going to destroy the project. So I'm going to move this down to, let's say, yeah, no, 12 is too much. Okay, let's make it 9.16 like that, or let's just make it 9 instead. All right. Then I'm going to check the uniform option here and turn off monochromatic, because we need colorful noise effect on this project. If I check the monochromatic, it's going to give me the black and white noise, but that's not what I want to achieve. I want colorful noise here. Then I'm going to select the OK button. Then I'm going to hold down Control and space bar to zoom out, and I'm going to use my space bar to move my screen. And yeah, this is what we have now. All right, so let's make the unity happen. All right, because look at this light effect here is not really helping, so we need to create unity here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the area where we have the lighter value on the background, which is how you're going to do this. You look at the area where you have light value or light bright color on the background, and then you make that bright color reflect on your subject, and that's how you're going to make unity happen. So right now we have this side of the project looking like this blue green color. I don't know what they call the color anyway, but I'm sure you guys get the idea. So this side of the project where we have this blue green color, all right, we are going to apply that to the face of our subject. So I still need to move this a bit to this side. Yeah, this is good. What we're going to use to change the color, all right, is selective color. So you go under your adjustment tab here and activate selective color. So selective color, this is it. And I'm going to select the clip icon because I only want this to affect the layer of my character and not, the background and the subject. Now, see guys, if you can't find your adjustment tab, simply go to Windows and activate it here. All right. So if you look at this color right here, all right, I'm sure you guys can identify the color that we have on the face of our subject here. And that color is blue. In fact, if you go to the color channel here, you see that the same color we have here is what we have here. So we're going to pick that color like that. And we are going to add green to it because the mixture of blue and green is what gives us this color here. So what I'm going to do is under the selective color, we have on this side of, the selective color, we have red, green, and blue. All right, red, green, blue, which is R, G, and B. Yeah, I know Photoshop did not put the, the words there, but those color are right there, but you can't see the name on them. So what we're going to do now is to add green. All right, since we say red, green, so it means this side here is what we're going to play with. And watch what's going to happen. So if I move this in like so, we're adding green to the color. Now you see we're beginning to achieve that color from our background here. So I'm going to move this to right about here, and that is beautiful. But right now we're still having that that purple color on our character here, and we also need to take that out because we can have that purple color. So what we're going to do again now is to go on the magenta, yeah, because this look more like magenta. I'm sure you guys can agree with me. So we're going to go to magenta here, and then we're still going to add green again by moving this up. Now you see we're beginning to have that color looking desaturated there. So I'm going to move this to right about here like so. And I think this is beautiful, and I'm sure you guys can agree with me on this. All right. Then one other thing we can do again is, since we still have that touch of red on that area, we can still add another selective color. All right. So I'm going to add selective color again, and I'm still going to click on the clip icon, and I'm going to change this to red, and I'm going to add green again. So I'm going to move this down like that. Now you see we don't have that red again on the project, but right now it's making our character look faded. So what we're going to do now is to select the brush tool and make sure that your foreground here is set to black, because we're about to apply the brush to the layer mask of our selective color here. So I'm going to apply the brush to the side where I want to take the selective color out from my subjects. All right, so I'm going to take it out from here. Now you see we mistakenly applied the brush here, but we're going to add it back. So I'm going to switch to white, and I'm going to apply the brush to this side of the hand. All right, and this is beautiful. There's something happening here that may not look okay for you, and that's why you need to pay attention to details when you're doing this. If you look at the rope on the neck of our subject here, you see that you notice that we've changed the color of the rope, and I'm going to show you guys. If I turn this off now, you see we've taken this, we've changed this from blue to green. So, but if you want to now change the color back to its original color, simply select the layer mask and make sure your foreground here is set to black, and then you can now, bring that back. But I prefer this like this. All right, now it's your world. All right, you can do whatever you like. If the client say fine, it's good, then you can leave it like that. But if the client say no, then you do what is right. All right, then the next thing we're going to do now to really spice this up is to add curve. All right, now I mostly use curve to add depth to my project, to make the shadow more stronger and making the highlight also stronger. So I'm going to do the S curve. All right, and that's how I mostly do this. I do this through the use of the S curve right there. All right, so I'm going to leave this like that, and the next thing I'm going to do is to stamp visible the project. So I'm going to hold down Ctrl Shift Alt and E on my keyboard to stamp visible the project, and I'll go to filter. I'm going to select sharpen and hit the unsharp mask. So why I mostly do this is to add contrast to the pixels. All right, now if you look at your project, I'm sure you guys, because it's possible you may not see the effects I'm applying here clearly on your screen there. So, but if you're applying this, all right, please take notes or check what I'm saying here now. Immediately we hit the unsharp mask filter here, you'll notice that the noise effects on our background gave this project that realistic look. All right, and that is beautiful. All right, so I'm going to leave this as 93. Radius is going to be 0.4, and I'm going to select the OK button. All right, then we are done like that, and I'm going to turn on my text so you guys can see how I already designed my magazine cover. All right, so for those of you that care to know the character I use here, I use Knockout for the title, and then for the writer here, and then I use Playfair on this side of the project, and here I use Knockout on this part on this side of the project. All right, so that's it, guys. I'm sure you had fun watching this tutorial. If you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button, and remember to click the post notification bell so you get notified when I post any of my tutorials. If there's any design task you want me to teach you how to achieve, drop it in the comment section of this video, or you can also post it on your Instagram page, and remember to tag me. My Instagram handle is at Ceasar Graphix. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.